Hey there. Got a little friend here. I've been seeing these. I don't want to yell. I've been seeing these on social media and I wanted to try one. Yeah, they're not that expensive. But guess what? So now I got something to hold. I made your coffee. It's really good. It really is. I just made it. It's perfect. Here you go. Yeah. Just sit back. Let's pretend like we're at my favorite diner and we're sitting in the counter. You guys are going to sit in the counter. I'm going to be in the back. I'm going to be waiting on people and I'm going to be talking. And you can just have that diner feel, okay? Cheers. Yeah, it's perfect. I made a perfect cup of coffee. Perfect temp, perfect flavor, perfect amount of creamer if you like creamer. Mm. Okay, so today, I don't think I have to hold it up this close, but this is new. We're going to try this out, okay? Okay, so today I want to talk about van life a little bit, okay? The attitude of van life and how it affects us mentally. So I've got a couple letters I want to read to you. Let's get right into it, should we? Oh, hello. Um, please make a comment. Just do it right now. It's so easy. You don't even have to stop the video. Just do it right now and say, "Hi, Lee." Just leave me a comment. It really helps. And sometimes if I don't remind, I don't get that many comments. So please leave a comment. And if you want to leave one later on to ask a question, I'll feature you here or give me your story. Okay. And please subscribe. Let's get into it. Okay. Let me see if I hold this right. Sometimes I see him hold up really close. So maybe I won't project my voice out so far. Maybe I'll talk just a little bit quieter. You can let me know in comments how I'm doing throughout and give me advice on this because this is new to me. Okay, here's a question. Have you done a video on things? And I love this thing, by the way. Oops, I interrupted myself. I love this thing. This has changed my van life. Oh, yeah. And I will mention too, oh my gosh, I'm at the end of the week on a shower, so forgive my hair. I need to wash my hair. I'm doing the best I can here. Okay. This is a goofy video. I'm feeling silly today. Have you done a video on things you do miss from going to van life? I know you are content. I'm just curious. Well, yeah, I do, and the next letter is going to have a lot to do with this. No, I don't miss anything. I seriously don't miss anything. And I know that you believe that I love my life here. And actually in many ways I wouldn't change a thing. I really wouldn't change anything. Um but I know that maybe a few years ago people say, well, "Oh, you really can't enjoy that. That must be horrible living in a minivan." I think most of you know by now that I really do love it. I mean, I really, really do. I have settled in over 8 years now. Minivan Lee, better known as Minivan Lee. I'm Lee Thomas, and it's the Lee Thomas Show now. And because I changed it because I don't always talk about van life, and it didn't make sense to me. Yeah, I'm more like a talk show now. A half-hour talk show. But no, I don't miss anything. And I'll tell you what I disliked about living in a house the most, the least thing I could even possibly miss are the landlords. And feeling that in some ways they kind of had control over my life. They made because to move, you all know, if you move, I mean, that's so costly and everything that goes along with it. Packing everything up, trying to find a place, putting in applications. They check your credit. They get, and they question you up and down like, they end up owning you. And then you have to give them all that money, and then you have to switch over all your electricity and your cable bills, or your internet, things like that. No, 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 no. And then second would be the second least thing I would even think to miss are the neighbors. Okay. Now, as far as my things go, I think it all went really well with my things. That sometimes when I visit my kids' homes, I see certain things. Oh, that was mine. That used to be mine. And I'm glad that they have it. But, there's things that I don't even think about anymore. And who cares? There's actually, after 8 years, there's things that I've thrown out from my van. And if I really, 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 really needed them, I would just buy another one. But at the time I thought, I'm not even using this. I don't need it. And then, oops, I needed it. Yeah. So that's that. Here, isn't this cool? I love this thing. I don't have to hold it. I can look at it. And of course, when I'm laying down at night, I can turn this, and I can turn it all the way over and have it come so I can just look up and it's there. I love this thing. And in my morning when I read scripture, this is so helpful. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is the one I wanted to talk about. Let me get my eyes there. This is from Van Life with Minister Mary. Yes, she says, I love God's beautiful creation. It was from yesterday's video. And I love him. My house is under contract. I can now get my van. Yeah, she's serious. You're serious about this, aren't you, Minister Mary? Are you going to be, let me know, are you going to be a minister out here? Are you going to be ministering to people and things like that? Because that sounds so cool. Okay, so why is it that I was happy, excited, and now I'm feeling sad? Oh, because her house is now under contract. She sold it. Yeah. And I guess that's what that means. Yeah. She's been keeping us all posted on comments on how everything's going. So now you're feeling sad. That's goofy, she says. That's goofy. Anyone else? Am I normal? Maybe because I'm tired today. No, that could be it. I think I'll read my word and rest and listen to you, Minivan Lee. Yes. People say that I have a relaxing voice. So, yeah. If you really want to hear me and you haven't got there yet, I do have a special playlist. I've done it 4 times now. And I've spent like a half hour reading, narrating from my own books. There's 4 different books. And I was going to keep going with it, but this is just an offshoot. I was going to keep going with it. And I may do a few more, but I really wasn't getting that many views. It was kind of hurting my algorithms a little bit. So if you want to listen to that, and it's on a playlist, so you could, I think it would be almost 2 hours worth, you could listen to me read. There'd be 4 different books, but you could do that. Yeah. Okay, so let's address this. You're feeling nervous. What did you say? Happy, excited at first, but now you're feeling sad. I'm going to guess that you feel a lot more than being sad. I'm going to guess that you are getting a little nervous. Like, did I do the right thing? What did I get myself into now? What's going to happen? So I really want to talk about that. And I really do believe that you're probably even coming up to it. You know that you're going to be getting out of the home that you were in for a while. And you're going to grieve that. We all go through grief. We just don't grieve when somebody dies. I remember I went through a whole year after Paul and I split up. I grieved for a whole year. Well, it got better and better as after like 6, 7 months, but I still was pretty sad. You grieve what you thought was going to be, and you grieve and you miss that person, and you miss the things about it. You miss your normal routine, so you're going to grieve that. You're going to go through a little bit of grieving. But I want to get you excited again, because I'm going to tell what it was like for me when I first got out of the house. I was so excited. It wasn't my house. I was excited to get away from these people who I thought were like really nice for 15 years. Yeah, they were pretty cool. The last Well, they had a maintenance man who almost killed me because he turned off the wrong gas meter, and then he turned mine back on and didn't tell me, and my pilots weren't lit and gas was flowing in. Yeah. And I think it was after that that they really started changing big time. Guilt does that. They're guilty, so they kind of take it out on you. I didn't do anything. I was sicker than a dog, for like 2 weeks. Yeah, beginning of summer. Yeah, I was pretty sick, and but sometimes guilt will do that. But yeah, they turned into like weirdos, and at the end, I I may have just in my own mind flipped them off. It's like good riddance, you little blah, 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 you know. Yeah, I'm done, And but I left it really clean and everything. But yeah, I don't miss. You're not gonna miss the things. Everybody's different. My personality's different than yours, I'm sure, Mary. But I don't miss anything in there. The weight of all that off your shoulders. The description, I can't even describe it. It's this feeling that is like, oh my gosh, I'm free. A lot of people don't realize all that stuff in their closets and in their cupboards. Because my theory is whatever amount of cupboards you have, garages, place where you can cubby things into, eventually you're going to fill them all. So if you lived in a little studio, you're going to fill them and then that's it. You're going to stop. But if you have a 4-bedroom house with lots in a garage, oh, even an attic, oh my gosh, you're going to fill them. It's going to get filled eventually. And so that just means you have 5, 10 times more things than somebody that would be living in a studio. Yeah. And a lot, even in the studio, they have a lot more than I have living here. So you're that weight. People don't realize the weight that causes people. Yeah. I mean, it's fun to collect things, but they don't realize that underneath, buried down in here, you're like, this stuff is wearing me down. So you're going to feel that. Yeah. And then what happened for me, that's the way it felt. When I first drove away, it was on a Sunday. And by the way, I do have the book, 8 Years Living in My Minivan, the Minivan Leeway. I'll leave the link for it. And I'll set it up here too. I'll leave the link for it in comments. I'll pin it and in the description. That I start off the whole book with that last day that I was there. It was on a Sunday, and I remember it. Yeah, my oldest son, he came. He wanted the air conditioner that was in the window, and he wanted the blinds. I had bought new blinds a year before, really nice wooden slats, and he wanted those. I mean, they weren't theirs. I bought those. The ones that they had after 15 years, they had to be replaced. Let me tell you. And it was a nice house. And he came and picked up those and any little last minute stuff and helped me. We went through, took pictures of everything for proof, and that I left it in good condition. Well, I drove away. That feeling, I was giddy. Yeah, I was giddy. I was like inside. It was like, I was like really, really happy. I think I was probably singing. I was la 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 la. Yeah. Um, and once I got on the road and I was just driving, I forget where I went. Where did I go? I have no clue. But I went somewhere and I was driving over the 2 months that I was still in Tucson when I was driving around. I stayed in Tucson. That was my city. And I stayed there for 2 months before I took off cross country. And after a while, it was almost like these roads are my roads. I live on these roads. It became like this. I mean, wasn't like mean about it, but I was like, you people, you're just going to and from your home. Me, I live here. This is my home. These are my streets. Yeah. And it was just such a feeling. And then knowing that when I woke up in the morning, and would drive. I could drive. I remember what I did. The first thing, I slept at Planet Fitness, and there was a Walmart right down the way, and I would drive there, and I would just sit in the parking lot. The sun wasn't up yet. I could watch the sun come up, and I felt like a little kid. I really did. I was like this little girl, I was like on an adventure, and I was eating really strange stuff. I would make cocoa. I didn't even make cocoa when I lived in a house. I already had my coffee, but I would make cocoa, and everything looked totally different. But I would sit here. Here's where, okay, I will tell you, these weren't here. I was all the way to the back, but here in this area was a cooler. I had one of those. I don't know. No, it was blue. It was stood about here, but it was a cooler, and I had stuff in it. I would get ice, and I had stuff in it. But I would prop my iPad up there and watch maybe Joyce Myers or watch something, and I would be making my cocoa, and then I would make oatmeal, the flavored strawberry or peach oatmeal, or I was eating those breakfast bars. I don't eat anything like that anymore. Oh my gosh. But it was like I was like this little girl that she just like graduated and she was now on her own. It's the way I felt. And I can do whatever I want to do. I can eat whatever I want to do. Like maybe I had my mom at home and I was just left my house. I'm being real honest. And some of these things are just like I'm realizing right at this moment. It felt like I was 18 and just left the home and I could do whatever I wanted to do. I was a little kid. Yeah. And because I think I lived my life. Well, I didn't have kids at home at the end, but yeah, I even had a late baby, and I was 40 when he was born. So I had kids quite a bit, but I didn't in the end, anyways. I didn't have them, but I almost wonder if that landlord, I felt like they were like my parents or something. I don't know. But I felt like I was on my own and nobody could tell me what to do. Nobody had control over me. Yeah. And I don't know if that's going to be your experience, but that was mine. So if you're feeling sad right now and you're a little anxious, relax. I got you. You can just leave comments for us and let us know how you do. I would love to know. But I'm serious, you're gonna love it. There is a downside. Let me go. That's the upside. Let me go with the downside to get started. Yeah, there's gonna be days when you go, what did I do? What did I do? Because you're not gonna be in your zone yet. Yeah, you're not. You're gonna be out of your comfort zone. You're gonna say, oh, well, this looks good here. Well, let me put this here. And you keep bumping your arm on it, you're gonna be like, "What the heck are you? Why did I put that there? This isn't working. It ain't working right now." You're gonna tweak your van, whatever rig. You didn't say what rig you have, and I forget if you told me earlier, but you're gonna be. It's gonna be tweaked quite a bit. You're gonna be going, "Well, let's try this here," and eventually, what happened with me is everything fell into place. I thought, well, that stuff, I should make the stuff easy to get from my hatch door back there. So I eventually made, okay, this needs to be like a little garage. But I didn't, but I wanted a partition. So I thought, well, something, I don't remember when it happened or how it happened, but eventually, somewhere along the line, I said, these need to go here. These need to go here. And um and then my dresser there and these bins here. Yeah. I don't really use my slide outdoors, the sliding doors. I don't really use them unless I'm out camping. But when I'm in the city, I really don't. What I do is every once in a while, I'll find a good parking spot, like at the park, and I'll park inside the park and I'll take these all out and shake it like I did when I was camping. But I'm serious. Everything where everything is right here, it wasn't this way when I first started. Oh no. No, no, no. This took time, and it's going to take time. So enjoy the journey. Don't get too frustrated. Enjoy the journey. I still have I think I do have quite a bit right here. No. Oh, it's here. Well, I can't lift this up, but I've got some bruises. I tend to bang on the same things when I'm doing a certain chore, like maybe moving these bins so I can tuck in my towel. I'll keep bumping on the same thing. Sometimes when I'm sitting over there and I'm doing something here, because sometimes, I mean, I have to move around. I'm just sitting here right now. This is not like a permanent spot for me. This is the best lighting I can get for filming. That's basically it. But no, I mean, I move around quite a bit, and I have to move over there. Sometimes I sit on my 12-volt refrigerator over there. Sometimes I'll just sit on top of it and do something over here, rearrange something. Yeah. Sometimes I just sit there and kind of look over here, get a different view. Yeah. But over there in my chair, I keep banging something on my driver's seat. These are easy to bang on. And then this has a lip coming out. I bang. So you're going to bang. Let me just forewarn you. You're going to bang yourself quite a bit because you're in a smaller space. You're used to big open rooms. You have to pull your body in a little bit. Yeah, you really do. So I think I have time. Oh, you can open up, open up. I have time. Um, I'm going to talk about, I didn't know if I'd have time, but I'm going to include this because we were talking about how you have to kind of pull yourself in a little bit. That's psychological too. Let me read this from Linda Brooks. Hi, Linda. So this was from a couple videos ago. I'm talking about health. You're talking about health, and I love the topic. I eat totally healthy since I've been a nomad. I know. At first, I ate kind of unhealthy because I was like that little girl, like I can eat whatever I want to. If I want cookies, I can have cookies. If I could, yeah. Because in the previously, I ate a lot of organic, and oh my gosh, yeah. So, she she says, I'm down 85 pounds. You go, girl. You go, Linda. And 3 pant sizes. Yes. Let me take a drink. Do you ever have one of those little spitballs that go down your this is a very whatever video. Yeah, I'm just talking to you. Pretend like we're either at the diner or you can pretend we're just at the kitchen table. Yeah, we're back. I'm one of the your company or I'm company where we come through the back door, not the front door, and we're just sitting chit chatting at the kitchen table. Me. Okay, me. Yeah. Okay, how am I doing with this? Let me know in comments. Am I talking too loud? Should I hold it farther away? I don't know. How's this sound? How's this sound? Okay. She says, this is even better. Completely healed of esophagus cancer with no treatment or RX. Also healed of fibromyalgia and other serious ailments. I'm just a happy camper. Praise the Lord. Yes. You know, yes. I have become more healthy being a nomad. I'm serious. Within the first month, I lost 10 pounds. You know why I think it was for me? Let me know, Linda, what in comments. Let us do a follow up because I know you're probably watching this. And Mary, hey. And Deborah. Deborah was the first question. She's in two of my books too. She's a good online friend. We've never met in person, but I just love you, Deborah. And yeah, she's in two of my books, the Blackout Nomads 1 and 2. Um, you're a happy camper. I lost 10 pounds the first month. It just works out that way. Food isn't a big deal anymore. But I was going to say, let me get back. one of the reasons is there's no refrigerator in here. It's not like I'm running to the refrigerator. And I loved ice cream. I still do, but I don't eat it. But and I could put a box of fudgesicles in my freezer, and they would call, Lee, come get me, all day long until, in one day I would eat all of them. And it didn't matter if there were 6 or 12, if it was a 12 box, they'd be gone by the end of the day. I would just sit there and eat one. Oh, that was so good. Go get another one while I'm on the computer or whatever. Yeah, that don't happen no more. And you got the refrigerator. You can just run the refrigerator. It's easy to make meals. Here, I got to think it out. And I think, remember I'd mentioned about how when I said you got to pull in a little bit so you're not bumping yourself. I think it's up here. It's probably a subconscious thing to where you pull in even on your weight, because you know that you're driving, you're carrying all that extra weight. That's gas. I mean, 85 pounds is quite a bit. 85 pounds is even just a little bit more than one of my seats I took out. Each seat was about 60 pounds. You took out a whole seat. And you realize maybe subconsciously we adjust to our space. I wonder if people live in castles, do they get fat because they have all this space? It's like, I got to fill out this space. That was a joke, by the way. Um, but maybe, right? But in a smaller space, maybe subconsciously we think, well, I feel so big in here. And your body just starts kind of like shrinking a little bit. You eat less because the refrigerator isn't there. In the pantry where you can keep a bunch of cookies and stuff. No, here it's like you have to think it out just a little bit more. Yeah. Well, gosh, I've been going a long time. I don't know what this is. It's a good chit chat, right? I mean, who says, well, okay, well, 20 minutes is up. I got to leave your house now. I've been at the diner for 20 minutes. Okay, I got to go now. No, you just sit there and talk until you talk. So if you enjoy this and you're still here, yeah, we just had like a little Saturday chit chat, the way friends do, the way folk do. Yeah, we're just folk, right? I'm just folk. I live in a minivan. I poop in a bucket, Come on. I'm just folksy, right? Yeah. Um, so that's that. Keep your chin up, Mary. You're gonna make it. You're gonna have so much fun, the freedom. But you are gonna be bumping your elbows. You're gonna be getting bruises on your arms, and you're gonna get frustrated because your bed just isn't quite right. You haven't figured that one out maybe yet. And yeah, but please smile through it. Enjoy the journey, because I guarantee you within 6 months to a year, you're going to have it all figured out. And as you go, just know that as you go, even if it's been 6 years, there's still things that I see, oh, well, that should go over there, or I should do this. So, yeah. Well, let me know what you think of this little thing, this little powder puff. Yeah. I'm sure it, whoops. And yeah, subscribe, leave me comments. Always leave me a comment, even if I don't mention it when you watch me. You're regular in the beginning. Just leave it highly. Leave me, but it's better if you say more. But at least say hi and give it. It counts as a comment. So let's see what else. That's it. I love you guys. Mwah. Now see, I gotta put you down. You're in my way here, right? I love you guys. Okay. Also, I'm going to leave a list in comments and in the description, a list of my books. I'll just leave them. That's all I'm going to say. I'll leave the list. Please choose one. Go over them and see which one you haven't chosen yet. It helps support me. It really does. Okay. I mean, it's a win-win. It's not like you're just going to throw money at me. No, you get something and I get something. Let's have a win-win. That's the best way to go. I love you guys. Bye. Bye. Love you. Good things are coming our way.